had this realization earlier this morning when I was standing in my balcony. I was seeing this beautiful sky. The sun was out, the green trees, the birds were chirping. There was this gentle breeze. I mean, it was so beautiful. Like, it was such a beautiful moment. And in that moment, I realized that, I don't appreciate these simple, basic, everyday moments of my life. And I believe it's probably because of social media, specifically short form content, because, short form content has made me believe that, your life is supposed to be this compilation of grand cinematic moments with cool background music. I mean, let's be honest, you have been there too. You're scrolling on Instagram, you come across this fast-paced 15-second reel with cool background music and cinematic vibes, and you kind of think to yourself, like, am I not living enough? Like, I need to live more. I need to do more. Like, I need to do some crazy adventure. And now there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with going on these adventures or, having like a little bit spice in your life, just doing some crazy stuff once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. If you love that, you should do that. Go on. But to kind of compare your everyday boring simple life to that, like to kind of have this narrative in your head that you constantly need to do that to live your life, to believe that you're only living if you're doing that, that's where the problem starts. That's where things get messy. That's where the self-hate and hating your life and even getting jealous of these people, that's where all of it starts, and it gets very chaotic and messy. I believe that what actually makes life truly beautiful are these simple, basic, everyday moments that we actually take for granted. And I'm going to convince you. Like, for example, watching sunset. Like, you and I, we both love watching sunset, and we have like watched thousands of sunsets. But it still is such a pure moment when you actually, sit down or just, give up everything, like keep everything aside and just stare at that sun for 5 to 10 minutes. And we can watch that every day, and it still never gets old. Like, we will never be bored of that. Or, for example, for me personally, having my morning cup of tea. It is so pure and simple moment, but it is so beautiful for me. Like, I wake up, I have my morning cup of tea, I sit by myself, I'm listening to these favorite, I have like, a set of songs that I listen to. I'm usually just staring out of my window, just staring at sky. It is very peaceful moment. It's normal, it's basic, it's repetitive, but it is so, like, I think that's what life is. That's where the juice of life really is. To believe that, great memories and, beautiful stories come from having these crazy adventures, and like, your life is boring if you don't do this. I think that's a very wrong way to approach life, because then you'll kind of, ignore these stories around you that are actually like so beautiful. And I mean, just think about it. Like, just think about it when you're going to work, when you just take a stroll in your town, in a city, or anywhere else. Just look around you. Like, there are so many people living their simple, basic lives, but it is so beautiful. Like, there is so much depth to their lives. Like, there is, I mean, I cannot emphasize more on the fact that how beautiful simplicity really is. Like, there is so much there, but we kind of ignore it. And I don't know why, because of its abundance, because we know that it is going to be there, I guess. And that is something that I need to change for myself. And I'm just, kind of recording this. This is more of a conversation with myself, but at the same time, this is me speaking to you. So you are me and I am you. This sounds stupid, but it'll make sense over time. And there are so many moments. Like, for example, getting cozy in your blanket on a winter night and just watching your favorite movie. You have watched that movie for 100 times, but it still never gets old. It still hits different. Or for me, it is, going on a motorcycle, just riding motorcycle down a road, the same road I've been like 1,000 times, and the same turns, same view, but it is still beautiful. It is still like, there is this life in that, that moment. And I mean, think about your favorite sitcoms. For me, it is How I Met Your Mother, but also Friends. I mean, there's nothing crazy about it. There's nothing like, special about it. It is just everyday life, bunch of friends sitting in a cafe, hanging around in an apartment. But it is so beautiful. Like, there are just so many great stories like around that one place. And it's like, we enjoy watching it, but when it comes to living it, we say, oh, it's boring. Like, we need to run away from it. Let's get rid of this boring life and let's climb a mountain. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with climbing a mountain. I personally love going on these adventures. But like I said, to believe that, doing that, like you're living only if you're doing that, that's where the problem is. And we kind of need to change that narrative. And like maybe I think people should start making reels on Instagram about their basic everyday simple lives, and just show what, like, embrace the boringness, embrace the like simplicity, and I guess normalness of life. I guess I don't know if that's even a word but yeah, I like and I think when we were kids, when we used to go to school, that, like, I mean, it was such a beautiful time. You're going to same class, you had the same timetable for an entire year, but still each day was different. Each day, something new was happening. Each day was full of excitement and this joy, and we were living life back then. Like we were enjoying that simple boring life that we kind of want to get rid of right now, or we want to run away from right now. We want to escape, like people say, escaping the escaping the normal life, and stuff like that. But I don't think you need to escape it. It's just you need to know what's for you. So if the crazy adventures for you, then you do that. If that's not for you, you don't need to feel like you're not living. And if you want balance of both, then you do that. You just need to know what's for you. But just don't feel bad because of your boring or simple life, because it is way, way, way more beautiful than you think it is. Trust me, like, I would love to write a story about simple boring life, and I will probably in future. And then you will probably realize that how beautiful, like how much juice there is, how much life there is in those simple moments. So yeah, don't feel bad about it. I guess if there is a moment in your day that you actually love, or that that you look forward to, that is very personal to you, let me know in the comments. I would love to read about it, because I'm like, I actually enjoy listening to stories of different people, because I'm very excited about the fact that there are 8 billion people on this planet, and each one has a different story to tell, each one has a different life, and like I get excited about it. So yeah, do tell me your story, do tell me your simple boring moments that you actually enjoy. And yeah, it's fun to read about it. Anyways, have a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great like evening, wherever you are. And don't feel bad about your simple and boring life. It's really, 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 really beautiful.